We became educators for a reason, and we're finding ourselves as law enforcement.
Local public schools are resolving their security issues before the next school year starts, but what about charter schools?
Plus, a dozen car burglaries in Sarasota yesterday, how you can prevent yourself from becoming a victim.
And how an abandoned mobile home is becoming a danger to neighbors in a Venice community. Your Suncoast News starts now.
You're watching ABC 7 News at 6.
Well, welcome. I'm Scott Dennis.
And I'm Jacqueline Matter. Thanks for joining us tonight. Our top story at 6, protecting students in charter schools.
Some Suncoast charter schools already have their security plans in place. Others have yet to decide. ABC 7's Jess Dowdrick joins us live at Sarasota Military Academy tonight to explain what its plans are for school security and how other charter schools compare. Jess?
Jacqueline, Scott, the Sarasota Military Academy has opted to go with the School Guardian program, not because they don't want school resource officers in their schools, but because simply they can't afford them. These are Sarasota Charter Schools' future school guardians.
If anybody comes on a campus, it's going to be a staff to be the first one to encounter that shooter.
8 out of the county's 14 charter schools electing to go with the Guardian program.
These are people that are on the campuses already, that are non-essential personnel on the campuses. They are not teachers.
Principals, secretaries, guidance counselors, each guardian going through 144 hours of training, 80 hours of that being firearms instruction. They have to pass a psychological exam, a drug test. Sarasota Military Academy is one of those 8 schools electing to go with guardians instead of school resource officers.
What it comes down to essentially is that financially it's not feasible for the academy.
Their armed guardians volunteered for the job, purchasing their own firearms and signing up for the extensive training.
We spoke with employees and we had volunteers, and God bless them for doing that.
While Executive Director Christina Bowman believes these guardians are getting the ample training they need,
these are individuals that they're not trained in law enforcement. They're being trained appropriately as the guardians.
Charter schools weren't given the option of hiring a member of Sarasota County Schools' new police force, and the $24,000 they're getting from the state isn't nearly enough to hire an SRO. So it'll be guardians protecting and serving SMA and most charter schools on August 13th. 6 charter schools in Sarasota County have yet to decide whether or not they'll go with the Guardian program or an SRO. Now, in Manatee County, according to the Sheriff's Office, they haven't been asked to provide an SRO or train any guardians at this point, so it appears that the Manatee County charter schools haven't made up their mind yet. Reporting live in Sarasota, Jess Dowdrick, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Okay, Jess, thank you. Residents in Venice's Bay Indies mobile home community are frustrated with the current condition of a home that has been abandoned since it was destroyed by Hurricane Irma. The roof of the home has been completely torn off and windows have been damaged. In past months, residents have filed complaint forms concerned about the constant traffic on their small road, with people trying to get a glimpse of the out-of-place home. But what residents are most concerned about is the debris becoming a danger to surrounding homes during hurricane season.
And they left all this stuff just dangling there, as you can see. And it blows in Kathy's yard, and you don't know what else is going to be coming down. And if we get a strong wind, it can go anywhere.
They're predicting more severe weather. Can you imagine with all the loose things that are, just even the furniture inside? It could hit a child, it could hit anyone.
Residents may soon get what they wanted for months. ABC 7 received a statement from Equity Properties that says, in part, we anticipate being able to remove the home next week and then restoring the home as quickly as possible.
More reports of dead fish washing up on Suncoast beaches. Take a look at video sent to us by a viewer in Venice Beach today. As you can see, there are some dead fish on the sand and some in the water as well because of the red tide. Yesterday, we told you about hundreds of dead fish on Siesta Beach. Usually red tide doesn't show up on the Suncoast until the fall months, late summer, around September. Scientists at Mote Marine Lab tell us that it's okay to enjoy the beach water, but people with respiratory issues should maybe avoid going to the beach that is being affected by that red tide. And not helping, Bob talked about this yesterday too, is the persistent west wind that we've had, just blowing it all on shore.
Right. Well, let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan, who has been tracking those red tide counts for us over the past few days.
That's right. And that red tide actually develops well offshore, and then it works its way onshore due to the currents as well as the wind flow. And I had a report from a captain today who gave me a call and said north of Sarasota Bay, there's been no problem at all. Fishing's been good up there, but into South Sarasota Bay and Central Sarasota Bay, it's been sporadic red tide. As you saw with that video there, we have the smaller fish showing up on the shorelines there, not the bigger ones. So the red tide isn't high at this point. We'll have a full report coming up from FWC again tomorrow, right around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Boy, it's hot out there. It feels like it anyway, 95 degrees. The water temperature at 87 degrees. The current temperature. The water temperature has actually gone up now to 86. And this morning we had a few showers. You saw them right there breaking out around 9, 10 o'clock. One by Egmont Key did spawn a brief water spout that quickly dissipated. And then most of the focus has been well inland. Not much going on today. Fairly quiet out there. And again, I don't expect to see much late tonight. We may see one or two as the land breeze starts to develop. Eventually that west wind will stop and we'll get a little bit of a land breeze and maybe a few showers out there. I bumped up the rain chances just recently due to a forecast model that's a fairly good one, a high resolution model. Because of this moisture, it's starting to show up a little bit more toward the north, and this may be in play tomorrow morning. We'll have much more on that coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
Hey, Bob, we'll talk to you soon. Thank you. At least 10 smash and grab burglaries in Sarasota in just 3 hours. Now, the Sarasota Police Department and the Longboat Key Police Department are launching a criminal investigation. It all started yesterday with 2 burglaries on Longboat Key. Then the criminals made their way to Marina Jack, Bird Key, and Babe Ruth Parks, all between 4 and 7 p.m. Sarasota police say this is a crime of opportunity and it is preventable. They say never to leave valuables in the car, and if you must, hide them either in the trunk or under a car seat.
This isn't typical. This isn't something we normally see. However, what we do see is an issue with unlocked cars. Folks leaving their valuables, again, right there in plain view, in the cup holders, in their driver's seat, on the floorboards, and leaving their doors unlocked.
Sarasota police say they have not caught the person responsible. Remember that it does not take long for a criminal to act, so even if you are running into the store for just a minute, make sure to bring your valuables with you.
A Bradenton woman could spend the rest of her life in prison for stealing from the government. Roselle Fitzgerald indicted today on several counts of fraud and theft. According to that indictment, Fitzgerald collected Social Security disability benefits, which she was not entitled to. Prosecutors say she also had counterfeit checks from law firms she worked for. The Department of Justice will take over the case now, and if convicted, she faces nearly 200 years in prison.
A follow-up now on a death investigation in South County. 3 months after an autopsy was performed on a Clearwater woman found dead on the lawn of a Venice home, the case remains pending. An autopsy was done on Megan Bennett back in March, but the final report has not been completed. Venice police found Bennett's body near South Park Boulevard on March 15th. They are still waiting on the results of a toxicology report.
Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, the debate over the Colony Resort on Longboat Key now over, but some residents are still fighting to save their condo units.
Plus, what SunPass is saying about its recent website glitches. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
My name is Stephen Jaffe. The law firm's name is Farmer Jaffe. One of the beautiful things about Julius is he's always smiling, and it becomes infectious. The fact that Julius has a disability has absolutely nothing to do with the quality of work that he's done. Just a great person you want on your staff.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
My credit score was not that great. I didn't understand what went into my credit score.
It was overwhelming.
Do you want to attain better credit health but don't know where to start? Credit Sesame can help by providing you a free credit score.
I love the app. It's so easy to use. It's like having your own financial coach.
Credit Sesame broke my credit score down into things that I understood, and it made me think I can do this.
And the awesome thing about Credit Sesame, it's free.
It's 100% free. You don't need to go it alone. Get started today at creditsesame.com.
My California Closets experience has been wonderful. My mother's a huge inspiration. Before she passed away, she would say, you should do something special for yourself. First time I saw my closet, I immediately thought, this is the best thing I've ever done for myself. I call it my Tiffany style closet. I mean, I can shop in my own closet every day. I love that. My name is Cynthia, and this is my California Closets story.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Get to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota for big savings on new Ram trucks. The Ram 1500 has been named a Consumer Guide Best Buy for 6 years in a row. Get an all-new redesigned 2018 Ram 1500 for as little as $21,499. Or save big and get up to $13,000 off a new Ram Bighorn Crew Cab. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
The Trump administration is refusing to back a lawsuit led by 20 Republican majority states, including Florida. And although he has President Trump's support in his candidacy for senator, Rick Scott is staying quiet on the subject. If the suit is successful, it would do away with key parts of Obamacare that require insurance companies to sell health policies to people regardless of pre-existing conditions. Scott has refused to talk about the lawsuit this week, but says access to health care is important.
You've got to start, working to fix the law. I mean, that law caused our premiums to skyrocket. But I don't believe in grand bargains. I believe in incrementally trying to make change. We've got to allow more competition. We've got to let people buy the insurance that fits for their family.
Florida has consistently led the nation in the number of people who are uninsured.
Another successful year for Florida students with standardized testing scores for the 2017-2018 school year. Today, Governor Rick Scott announcing that scores on statewide standardized assessments continue to move up and that the achievement gap is closing across many grade levels and subjects. The biggest improvement coming from science and social studies scores.
SunPass is asking users for patience after some people complained the toll system wasn't working following a week-long shutdown for maintenance. In an email today, SunPass said it's working to fix the issues on its website, app, and phone system. Last week, that system was shut down for maintenance, but tolls continued to be collected. They say the issues stem from the high volume of people trying to use the system after that week-long break.
Well, after nearly 8 long years, Longboat Key has been given the go-ahead to demolish all but one building of the Colony Beach Resort. Yesterday, a state judge declared the resort to have emergency conditions, therefore needing to be demolished. An attorney representing some residents who stand with the one remaining building argues that there are no emergency conditions, and when residents tried to fix the buildings, they were not allowed.
Clearly, the condo association has major liability to my clients once their irreplaceable buildings are demolished, and that's one place that we're turning towards next.
An evaluation report of the remaining building, which has 3 units, is set to be complete by an appraiser, engineer, and a contractor by Friday. A St. Regis hotel and residence development is expected to be built after that demolition is complete.
So if you're looking for a way to celebrate Father's Day this weekend, you might try Sarasota's Jungle Gardens. Fathers and grandfathers get in free with a paid admission.
And some of the smartest people in the world have actually been there. Suncoast View's Linda Carson takes us on a tour in a place we call home.
Jungle Gardens attracts thousands of visitors every year.
We do 4 daily animal shows, and after almost every show, you get to touch one of the animals that was in the show.
Those include birds, alligators, and snakes. Jungle Gardens is one of the oldest, if not the oldest, tourist attraction still operating in Florida.
It started as a banana orchard on 15 acres, and it
developed into a plan to develop this from a subtropical area to a tropical area and bring in plants for a botanical park. In 1939, on New Year's Eve, it was opened officially at Sarasota Jungle Gardens.
They had flamingos, whose descendants are still here today.
We do have 24 flamingos here on property, and we are the only place left in the state of Florida that you can actually hand feed flamingos.
They had exotic birds, and like today, the birds gave shows. The most famous, a cockatoo named Frosty.
He was actually hatched in Folsom Prison, which is a very famous prison for obvious reasons, like Johnny Cash. When he was there, he was part of the rehabilitation program where inmates actually taught him different behaviors. His most famous is he unicycles on a high wire.
Frosty appeared on the Ed Sullivan Show and the Today Show. He's 82 and still performing. Some very famous people have visited.
Einstein was here. He was a resident of Lido Key just for a short while, and he visited our park. And Eleanor Roosevelt also frequented our park, and she referred to it as the snake farm in her journal.
Schools from all over Florida bring their students here.
We've got a lot of emphasis on environmentalism, and the greatest part to teach the children is how to protect the environment now so that they can learn how to protect it when they're older.
Hurricane Irma hit the gardens hard, but in rebuilding, they brought in state-of-the-art enclosures.
We have what they call Zoo Mesh. It's a very popular material, very expensive, but it's a new material. It has the equivalent of like an 11.5 gauge chain link fence, that type of strength, but you can barely see it. You look at it right now, and in fact, not even the flies can see it, so you see them poke through the screen.
And all the improvements since the hurricane makes Jungle Gardens more beautiful than ever, and the gardens is one of the things that makes the Suncoast a great place to call home. For Suncoast View, I'm Linda Carson.
You know, that would be a great place to take your father or grandfathers for Father's Day.
My daughter loved that place when she was younger.
So did mine, yeah, absolutely. They have a great Christmas display, too, during the holiday season there. We are looking at not much display of lightning tonight. Boy, we had some last night. Look how calm things were. Out on Casey Key webcam, this is a calm day. Seas running less than a foot, really. And we saw a few isolated cells out there due to the land breeze. One spawned a water spout near Egmont Key. We could see a little bit more action tomorrow morning to start things off. To keep an eye on some moisture down to our south. It's starting to show up in some of the models. You can see it quite clearly on the satellite imagery. We talked about it earlier. Some pretty big storms out here, and it is slowly working off to the north. That area of low pressure in the southeast Gulf of Mexico has a very small chance of developing into a tropical system as it heads toward Mexico and Texas. This is not part of that system right now, but we are watching it very closely as it is working its way slowly to the north right now, and may add a little bit more moisture, so we bump the rain chances up tomorrow morning to 40% near the coast. And then again, I think most of the focus will be inland. That high pressure ridge is still over the top of us. That's the one player that could suppress that moisture down to our south. But if it erodes it away enough as it moves in our direction, there's a chance we could see some of this bring us a few scattered showers tomorrow morning as we move through time. Water vapor imagery showing the dry air over Texas and the western portion of the Gulf. That's kind of limiting that tropical system from developing right now. There is an area of low pressure. You can kind of see it spinning right there. It's in the upper levels of the atmosphere, so conditions are not favorable for that to develop. As far as the futurecast goes, this is one particular model showing us tonight. Not much going on, but watch this as it moves through time. It starts to bring that moisture up closer to us. This is now at 5 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, a little bit more action here. I don't think it'll be this widespread, but I think we'll have a little bit better chance to see some showers out in the Gulf of Mexico to start things off on Friday, so that eventually starts it showing rolling onshore too, and then eventually most of the activity will start to pop up inland. Now this is another forecast model, not the high resolution model that you saw there. This one not really depicting that rainfall at all. There's one or two showers there, so as I mentioned, I'm going to keep a 40% chance for a few coastal showers in play throughout the morning hours, and then a better chance for inland storms in the afternoon. Well, in the tropics, we're watching this area right here in the southwest Gulf of Mexico. Still, there's a lot of shear going on, not allowing this system to get going, but boy, generating a lot of rainfall over the Yucatan, and the chances have really dropped now only to 10% of this developing over the next 5 days. Temperatures right now 87 degrees in Sarasota. Rain cooled in Orlando, 78 near the coast, mid to upper 80s, and even mid 80s to upper 80s inland in Arcadia. 87 97 currently. Feels more like 96 though with that high humidity. And the high today and the low were right at the average of 90, 89 and 73, I should say 97 the record. As far as the satellite imagery goes, there's a little trough of low pressure in a line right here that's going to keep that high pressure ridge right over the top of us, I think, throughout the day on Friday and into Saturday as well. Boy, it's hot over the central U.S. Summer already starting there. Denver at 93 degrees right now, expected to be in the 90s tomorrow. Boating, smooth conditions out there, although we have to keep an eye on those storms in the morning. Seas will be running less than 2 feet. Pretty much the same story over the weekend, too. If you plan on taking father for a boat ride, it looks to be okay. We'll have a 40% chance for showers tomorrow, 30 on Saturday. High temperatures close to seasonal averages. 40% chance for scattered showers and storms on Sunday, and some of those could be closer to the coast in the afternoon and evening. Same on Monday, and then we go from a 30 to 40 all the way through the rest of the work week next week. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thanks. Stay with us. When we come back, we're going to show you which city is the best to find a job in Florida.
Here's a hint, you won't have to go very far.
Tonight, the Russia investigation heating up. If Michael Cohen cooperates, what will it mean for the White House? Plus, President Trump now says the North Korea nuclear threat is over. But how can he be sure? World News tonight with David Muir, America's most watched newscast.
If you don't want to fall immediately into love, look away. If you don't want to awaken a desire for excellence, look away. If you don't want to be seduced, please look away.
Rediscover your passion for driving at Sunset Maserati Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
If you think it's hot outside, just wait until you see even hotter savings inside. Only at Rugs As Art Hot Summer Savings Sale event will you find the lowest prices on a vast selection of stunning rugs, furniture accents, and accessories. This special event only happens once a year, so hurry in before the best selections are gone. The Hot Summer Savings event ends soon, so don't miss out on the best prices ever. Rugs As Art, Sarasota's only area rug superstore.
Did you know that a dirty CPAP system can make you sick? If you knew what could be growing in your mask and hose, it would keep you up at night. Now SoClean.com has released the world's first and only automated hands-free CPAP cleaner and sanitizer. With its patented design, SoClean is fast, effective, and hands-free, killing 99.9% of all CPAP germs. Try SoClean now through this special TV offer free for 30 days. Just call 800-604-0398.
My health has improved. It's simple to use, and I'm not worried about infections.
SoClean works on all CPAP machines and popular masks, destroying CPAP bacteria, viruses, and germs without the daily hassle of washing your system by hand. Just place your mask in, close the lid, and in just minutes, voila! Sanitized and ready to use. Try SoClean risk-free for 30 days. This is a limited time offer. Call now, 800-604-0398. Or visit SoClean.com today.
Dr. Ed James II was a visionary. He brought important issues to the forefront on Black Almanac, and ABC7 will honor his legacy and continue to advance his mission. Tune into all new episodes of Black Almanac, Sunday mornings at 7:30 on ABC7.
Here's today's job of the day. ABC7 is seeking an experienced journalist to host and produce a Suncoast Community Public Affairs program. Visit mysuncoast.com/job of the day to apply.
the biggest comedy stars.
China has more fluent English speakers than the United States.
Look at that. Even English is made in China.
Right here on Funny You Should Ask.
Weekdays at 4:30 and 11:30 on ABC 7.
Sarasota ranks #1 in this year's list of the best cities for jobs in Florida. Wallet Hub compares more than 100 cities in the state based on several metrics ranging from the number of jobs opening per unemployed people to the share of employers providing benefits and the length of the average workday. City of Bradenton ranked number 22 in the state. Venice wasn't far behind at 27, and Northport ranked 83rd in Florida.
Well, just another perk of living here on the Suncoast.
Yeah.
Pretty good, not bad. Another perk where they pay in sunshine sometimes, I heard that many times, is that we've got a lot of sunshine coming to us. I think over the weekend, 40% chance for scattered storms on Father's Day, not bad. And to look out maybe a few more storms in the morning to start things off around town, but all in all, it should be okay throughout the day tomorrow.
Okay, thanks, Bob. World News Tonight with David Muir is coming up next.
We'll see you again at 11. Have a good evening.
Excuse me a minute. Hi, Dad. No, don't try to get up.
Hi, I'm Julie, a right-at-home caregiver. And if I'd been caring for Tom's dad, I would have noticed some dizziness that could lead to balance issues. That's because I'm trained to report any changes in behavior, no matter how small. So Tom could have peace of mind.
We'll be right there. We have to go.
Hey, Tom, you should try Right at Home. They're great for us.
The right care, right at home.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Dotoli Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
My California Closets experience has been wonderful. My mother's a huge inspiration. Before she passed away, she would say, you should do something special for yourself. First time I saw my closet, I immediately thought, this is the best thing I've ever done for myself. I call it my Tiffany style closet. I mean, I can shop in my own closet every day. I love that. My name is Cynthia, and this is my California Closets story.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to Mesobook.com.
Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru vehicles hold their value better than any other brand for 2018, according to ALG. And Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand for 4 years running. The Subaru Impreza is an IIHS top safety pick for 11 years running. Lease a new Subaru Impreza today for just $155 a month. Or get 0% financing with zero down. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call. TrueStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
And even if you're on a fixed income, prices fit your budget, starting at less than 32 cents a day. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease. And with no medical tests or health questions, you cannot be turned down for any reason. Call 1-800-842-7189. Now, for a free, no-obligation quote, TrueStage offers plans to fit your budget. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage. Call 1-800-842-7189 now.